me 1 second. And we're live. So hello, everyone. My name is Luis. Some of you might already know me from the last couple of videos that I've done. I'm with El Sol Neighborhood Educational Center, our nonprofit organization, here live with Big Brother, Big Sister of the Inland Empire. And I'm here with Mara and Erica. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Hello,
Good.
Facebook Live.
So we're gonna wait a couple of minutes before we get formally started with the presentation. But how are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling?
I would be feeling better if it wasn't so hot outside.
Right, it's finally hit summer. I think we were waiting for that moment. It's been cold for a while, and then now all of a sudden it's really hot, and hopefully it doesn't get like really cold again.
Yeah, it feels good. I like summer. That's my favorite season is the summer. So I'm in a good place right now. I wish I could get out more and enjoy the summer, but
right.
But at least I'm not getting a sunburn.
Hopefully in a couple of months we're gonna be able to go out there and maybe
enjoy the weather.
Yes, enjoy the weather. I think so. We have a couple of viewers in here. Again, we are with El Sol, and we're doing our presentation with Big Brother, Big Sister of the Inland Empire. I finally got it right. It's a long name. We have El Sol Neighborhood Educational Center, and I feel like it's way too long too. How are you guys doing during this pandemic? How is it affecting your guys' organization? Everything.
I mean, I feel like we've done the best that we can with everything considered. It definitely, so Big Brothers Big Sisters provides one-to-one mentoring for the youth in our community. So one-to-one mentoring is in person, and we had to quickly turn that around and move it to a virtual platform. So all of our matches are now meeting, just kind of like we're meeting, and trying to continue those mentoring relationships. We know a lot of our kids right now are going through a lot of emotions with everything going on. And so us just checking in on them and providing them resources and just hearing them out is very, very important during this time. So, I mean, we moved pretty fast, I will say that.
Yes, and I was reading a little bit about you guys, and you guys reach out a little bit more about the younger community. Some of the community that maybe El Sol is not able to reach in a lot of our programs. We've been reaching the elderly community and the Hispanic community, but you guys reach out the younger audience. And what do you guys do? How do you guys reach them? What do you guys give them? Kind of resources can we get from you guys? Tell us a little bit what you guys do.
So through our high school big program, so we have different models of mentoring. So we have our traditional program where we have people in our community who are interested in mentoring a child, mentoring children in the community. And then we have our high school big program. And with the site-based program, our high school big program, that's who we have been targeting during this time and working with them and talking about the Listos campaign. And so it's high school students in our community in 7 different districts who are going and mentoring littles. That's what we call them. So our volunteers are called bigs and our mentees are called littles. And so our high school students are the mentors to our littles. And once a week, they prior to COVID-19, they would go to the elementary school and mentor them for 1 hour and providing them support, emotional support, and also doing activities, STEM activities, building on their relationship. And so that's what they were doing prior to COVID. We would be on sites and they would meet once a week, like I said, for an hour, just providing that support for each other. So it's a dual impact program. So really it's helping our high school students to become leaders and to learn how to mentor another child, a peer, but it's also beneficial to our littles, being able to receive that one-on-one support from another student.
Yeah,
So-
and
Go
I feel
ahead.
like during this time it's kind of difficult because you guys probably got a lot more work and a lot less opportunity to provide those littles with someone that's really there for them. I guess it's a little bit online now, but as we know, it kind of, it's not the same between meeting from person to person.
Right. And as Erica said, you know, I think our agency has done a really good job of just pivoting during this time. And because our priority is to make sure that our kids are continuing to be served, even during this pandemic. And so really switching everything over to a virtual setting and making sure that we're still providing that support to our kids. And so we've had our high school students and our elementary school students up onto virtual meetings via Zoom, and still being able to provide in a group setting. So not really one-to-one right now, because that's not possible right now, but as a group setting and providing them all of the Listos information that way, whether it's through a webinar or having guest speakers come on and talk to them about safety during COVID-19. We currently had one of our local EMTs come on and talk to the kids about what does that look like right now for EMTs during COVID-19 and how do they stay safe? And then just really letting them know like why it's important to be, to protect yourself, wearing your mask, the 6 feet distancing, washing your hands. He was also able to give some of his experiences out there right now and how he's an essential worker and a first responder. So that was really neat for our kids to be able to see that.
Yeah, to get to see that firsthand. Yeah,
it was
and
really nice, and to be able to ask questions to somebody who's out there and actually seeing what's really going on was really great for our kids. They were really excited about that. And then once the EMT is done talking, then we also provide whatever is the most current flyers to our kids and providing them that extra information so that then they can share it with their families and also be little teachers to their families too. So that's one of the ways that we have been continuing to engage our kids.
Awesome. And then you guys have, together with us, you guys have been working on the Listos California campaign, which is emergency preparedness. And like you mentioned, getting out to the kids and getting that information out there. I know that younger people are a little bit more careless when it comes to preparing stuff. So you guys dealing with the younger audience, I'm guessing maybe it's a little tougher. Or how are the kids, how are the young generation dealing with this information that you guys are bringing to them?
I think they're actually receiving it really, really well. It's actually pretty empowering for them to be able to learn this information and then to be able to go out to their families and share it with them too. So it's really, they're really taking it all in, learning the information, asking great questions too, that we can follow up. A lot of the times I think with our youth, what happens, especially because of social media and because of peers, they get misinformed. And so it's a lot of information that sometimes isn't true. And so by being able to provide this information, which is true, coming from the Listos campaign and just explaining to them this disaster preparedness and how they can prepare themselves and their families, it really empowers them to, again, be little advocates for themselves and for their families. So it's been really great. And I think there's also power in the fact that peers, peer-to-peer is also something that's very effective. So when they hear it from another peer, yeah, this is the right thing to do, or we need to be safe, we need to be careful, then they listen to each other as opposed from it coming from an adult. So they're sharing with each other and being able to learn from each other during this time. So I think it's very effective. It's a very powerful tool to use our youth right now to be able to spread the word too. So
yeah, and I think throughout your other programs, you mentioned that you are training younger generation to be peers to those a little bit younger than them.
exactly.
So I think you kind of have going into this with the group of people that have a mentality of I am out here to give out information and to be a help to my community. And I think that's really great that you guys are doing this work. Something that we need to reach that younger population.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So how everybody's taking the Listos campaign, right? How are you guys doing? Is there any way that we can help you guys with your program? How can we reach you guys, and where can we reach you better? Let's say I wanted to talk to Erica. Let's say I wanted to talk to Mara. What can I do to reach out to you guys and maybe say, how can I help you?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what kind of mentoring program you wanted to have more information on, it's all on our website. Like I said, one-to-one mentoring is so important now more than ever, and us really leaning into our youth and talking to them about being prepared during an emergency. Because I mean, I'll be honest, I'm Hispanic background. I don't know that those were conversations in our household.
Definitely not mine.
We were literally, my parents are still saying, go on the doorway if there's an earthquake. And we're like, okay, that's been debunked. But yeah, so how do we continue to reach out to all of our community and start having those very intentional conversations? But yeah, on our website, it's just a great place to kind of just look around and even look at our different mentoring programs. There's pretty much anything for anyone looking for a mentor. And I say that for myself. I'm actually a big sister in our traditional program. So within the community, I've been a big sister for 4.5 years now. And so I've really seen the value that I not only get from being a mentor and then having these really intentional conversations with my little, but also hearing the things that she says around to her peers and like the kind of conversations that they have. But yeah, all of our website is up to date, and you can easily reach me or Mara on our website.
The website would be iebigs.org, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And you can find that on the comments of this video. Also, you guys, I know you guys are doing a lot of work, especially now with the Listos campaign. We've been pushing that disaster preparedness. And I think some of the things that you guys are putting up on your Facebook that I'm going to post is some of the quick resources that people can find. I think your Facebook is Big Brother, Big Sister of the Inland Empire.
Yes, Big BBS, IE, Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Inland Empire. And then we also have an Instagram. So you guys can find us on Instagram as well under Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Inland Empire.
Awesome. And those links are pinned on the comments of this video. I think that's it for me. I think you guys are doing a great job as a CBO and as an agency. We're glad that we're partnering together and that you're reaching that younger population, something that maybe ESOL is not able to reach as of right now. And you guys are doing the work that
thank you. Yes,
that's lacking out there.
It's been a privilege. It's been a privilege to be a part of such a huge campaign for our agency. Again, I think our kids have also seen it as a privilege. When we first explained the campaign to them and told them, you know, this is huge. This is all of California and you guys are going to be a part of it. You know, it's just very
What do they think? Like, what?
Yeah,
what
you know,
this?
And we even shared some of the things from the Listos campaign website with them, so they just can see the power that they have to be able to spread and be a part of something so huge. And so that was really exciting for them. So it's definitely been a privilege for our agency to be a part of this. So thank you.
Is there something that they look at and they're like, whoa, like, I didn't know this?
Yeah, I think what was really helpful, and I really loved the way Listos pivoted also really quickly with the COVID-19 information. That was really, really helpful to our families because we didn't just send it to our kids, but we also send it to all of our families. So all of their parents, to our partners at the schools as well. So we were able to get that information out and really be able to provide the most current information. I think that was really helpful in keeping our families safe. And then now with the disaster preparedness, you know, there are certain things that they want to talk about, you know, like hurricanes and things that don't necessarily happen in California, which
exciting stuff that you see in the movies.
Yeah, so when are we going to talk about that? Tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff like that. I'm like, why don't we start with fires? Because that's what happens in California, and some earthquakes too. But we'll definitely get into the other stuff too. But they're really excited to learn about it. So yeah, they're very impressed by it. So
I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Is there
And we
anything
really
else?
try to find fun ways for them to learn too. So through STEM activities, you know, we did one activity with our kids when we were still at site and they were in the schools and we first started the campaign. They were able to create with marshmallows and spaghetti, raw spaghetti, they created their own little buildings with that. And then they had a contest to see whose building would sustain an earthquake.
Oh,
And
wow.
so that's the way we were able to teach on earthquakes and how to be prepared for earthquakes. And so they really had a fun time. Kids love to
Yeah.
be competitive. So we had some pretty cool
You're,
little buildings.
you're saying those ideas in our organization's Facebook page. Somebody might take them. I'm just saying.
It's okay. They
Because
can
that's a
borrow them.
great
They don't
idea.
mind. Yeah.
To,
as long
to
as-
teach the kids about earthquakes.
Absolutely.
I
They can
think,
even do that at home with their kids. So if
Yeah.
somebody hears that, it's a fun activity to do with your own children at home.
I
And
think you guys,
especially for the little ones, the
Yeah,
like
you
the
guys gotta get
first and second
creative.
graders, the attention span, keeping them engaged. That's probably been one of our like top most successful activities that we have, that like
Mhm.
all the kids are engaged. There's never a kid that says, I don't want to do this. And then adding the earthquake element, it like blows their mind.
yeah, I think you guys gotta get a little bit creative on what you do because you're dealing with a younger audience.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like, okay, earthquakes, we know it's whatever.
Mhm.
To us, it's more like there's this information and they received it. To you guys, it's like there's this information, but it make it
They're very
interesting
visual.
for them. Yes.
They like the
Yes.
visual and they like the tactical. So they want to be able to see it and touch it and smell it if possible. That's where the marshmallows come in. So we try to hit all their senses. And then they're able to learn about, you know, earthquakes, but also have a good time. So, mhm.
Awesome, awesome. Are you guys doing any presentations on Zoom about emergency preparedness? Are you guys doing any phone
Yeah.
presentations? How are you guys conveying that information?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be stepping in during the summer and doing some parent webinars. So having parents step into Zoom to do some webinars and for the disaster preparedness. Also trying to invite more of our community members to come on and talk about fires. We're actually going to have somebody from Southern Edison come in and talk to them about the way that they're able to help with preventing fires. So some of the blackouts that we have, the intentional ones where they shut everybody off, the ones that are not fun. I never look forward to those, but I know they're purposeful. So he'll be coming on and talking to the kids about their role in during this time of fire season in the summer. And so that's the way we put a little twist in the way we teach our kids about disaster preparedness. It keeps them more engaged, and I think that the learning is a little bit more effective for them. So those are just a few of the things we'll be doing.
Are these seminars open for the public? Are these seminars open for certain people that sign up early on, or do we have to get in contact with you? How do we sign up to this?
You can definitely get in contact with us. We're willing to have a webinar for anybody that's interested. We can create a sign-up sheet, and we would love to be able to do a presentation for the community. So anybody who's interested is welcome to reach out to me at Mara Montalongo actually, I'm giving you my personal one. I don't want to do that. It's M Montalongo at IE Biggs.
Type it on the Zoom chat so I can send it over to Facebook. Yes.
Definitely reach out to me if you would like me to do a presentation to your organization, to your staff members, to anybody. Right now is a great time because everything's virtual. And so we can do a Zoom webinar, and I would be more than happy myself or one of my staff members to come on and do a webinar for your staff, for your family, whoever you would like this information to be sent out to. I would love to be able to do that. And I'm definitely available. So I will put my information in the chat box, and please feel free to reach out to me.
I will send that over on the Facebook chat.
Perfect.
Definitely. And I had a couple more questions and they just kind of all like went out. But
And we're
got your
bilingual.
email.
Well, I don't know if I should technically count myself as bilingual. It's more
Yes,
like
you are.
Spanglish. But
Yeah,
it does
Spanglish,
help.
we count Spanglish as bilingual now. We have our
Yeah.
Spanglish presentations. Trust me, everybody loves them.
That's its own language.
it's its own thing now.
So we
Great.
are bilingual. Our agency is bilingual. So I'd like to put that out there. So if you'd like us to
Yes.
do it in Spanish, we can do it in Spanish as well. Yes, please reach out.
One more question. Whenever you guys have a presentation, let us know and we'll put it on our El Sol family so we can share out, send it out
Oh,
there.
good.
So everybody in our Facebook page can also see it and go to you guys, because you guys are doing a great job. And maybe the people that we're reaching, maybe we're reaching the adult of the family, and we need to get that teenager
Definitely.
over with you guys. So
Definitely. We would love to do that.
awesome. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to add? This has been a really, really productive conversation. I think people can get a lot out of it.
Thank you for having us. Erica, do you have anything?
No, we're happy to help in any way. Please reach out to us. Again, we love what we do, and we're very fortunate to do what we do every single day. So we are more than happy to help the community.
Awesome. And then check out the links on the comments. Their website is there. Their Facebook page is there. I'm looking at the Instagram and at Mara's email for any presentations that you want. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank
It was a
you.
This has
pleasure.
been Big Brother, Big Sister, and El Sol. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.